Barcelona have just humiliated Real Madrid 2-0 in the El Clasico to clinch the La Liga title over their heads, and holy, what an eventful match it was. There's a lot to get into, so I'm not going to waffle on any further. I just want to start by saying that it was absolute domination by Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona were on a completely different level to Real Madrid in last night's game. I don't think any Real Madrid fan will tell you otherwise. I mean, the stats say it all. The stats are right in front of you. Everything you need to know, it's right there in the stats. It's all apparent. There's no Real Madrid fan that's going to tell you otherwise. I mean, Real Madrid didn't even look like they wanted to play last. I don't know, like, it seemed like it wasn't even a competitive game. Like, Barcelona seemed like a completely different tier team. Like, Real Madrid seemed like they're from a lower division compared to Barcelona. It was complete domination from the get-go, right from the very start of the game. I think Barcelona opened brilliantly. They opened with intent. They opened with intensity, with pressure. Right from the first minute, they were gunning for that first goal. They wanted to establish an early lead, and they did. In the 9th minute, Ferran Torres burst forward. It was a nice little run by him, and he's taken out right outside the penalty area, and then Marcus Rashford steps up to take the free kick. We all saw what we saw. For me, I thought it was a bit too close for Rashford. Like, we know how good Rashford is with set pieces, and we've seen him score from those positions before, but this time, because he's right-footed, and the free kick was from the right side of the box, so it didn't seem like it was a favorable angle for him. The ball is right in front of him. The goalkeeper, Courtois, is on the other side. So I didn't think he was going to shoot. I thought he was going to cross, but you see, it's such an excellent free kick, such an amazing strike from Rashford. It's just like curving away from goal, and it hits right into that top corner. Like, I genuinely don't think that could have been any more in the top corner. Like, that was right in the top corner, in the little space between the crossbar and the post. There was no way Courtois was saving that, and he almost got there, but there was absolutely no way he was saving that. I honestly saw that, and I jumped out of my seat. I was absolutely flabbergasted by what I saw, and I think Rashford's loan has been very positive for Barcelona overall. There were other chances in the game after that, in the first half, where Rashford didn't seem the sharpest. There was a through ball from Pedri. I believe Pedri played him in through. There was a one-on-one against the keeper, and he absolutely fluffs it. Like, he had time and space. He could have made the pass, or he could have gone near post, but I think we've seen constantly Rashford hasn't been good in those one-on-one situations against the goalkeeper. But I'm not going to get on his back too much for that. There was another play right after that where he's through on the right wing, and he plays across, and it's just so far forward. He overhits it so much it goes out to the byline. I think it was actually an interesting decision from Flick to put Rashford on the right wing. But I think overall his performance was decent. There were obviously a few missed chances, but I think it was a decent performance. And then the second goal comes only 9 minutes after that, and I mean, what a brilliant team move it was. It was absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty sure it was, who was it on the left? Yeah, Fermin Lopez. He puts in the ball over the top to Olmo. Olmo bursts through. He's very close to Courtois, and then in the air he just puts this lifted back heel pass right in the path of Ferran Torres. It was absolutely beautiful. Ferran controls it brilliantly and smashes it, finishes brilliantly, and it looks absolutely beautiful in the moment where you see the whole dynamic of the team coming together and creating a team goal. And I think that's the difference between the two teams, is Barcelona can work as a team and Real Madrid can't. Real Madrid, if you look at their goals over the season, there's not been many team moves. It's usually they rely on individual brilliance, and that's not always gonna get you the win. But enough about Real Madrid. I think Barcelona were absolutely amazing. We had more chances in the game. There was a chance for Ferran, there was another for Rashford, one for Fermin, where I think we could have made it 3-0 or 4-0, 5-0. We could have just increased our lead so much. It could have been an absolute battering, and I think if it wasn't for Courtois, Real Madrid, it could have been absolutely humiliating for Real Madrid. If it wasn't for Courtois, this could have gotten out of hand for them. It could have been 4-0, 5-0, and if it wasn't for him, we might be talking about a completely different game right now. And I don't think Real Madrid were pressing much anyway. I didn't really feel threatened. Like, me as a Barca fan, I didn't feel threatened this whole game. Like, I don't think Real Madrid had like more than one or two half decent chances. I wouldn't even call them good chances. Like, more than one or two half decent chances throughout the whole game. I don't think they had any. I didn't have any fear of Real Madrid coming back or Real Madrid scoring a goal. I was completely calm. I didn't feel threatened at all. I knew we could see out the game. It just wasn't. It just wasn't competitive. I don't know what to say. It felt like Real Madrid didn't even want to be there. It felt like they didn't want to play. And I think that's the problem that's been with Real Madrid throughout this season. Is I think like they've lost all their will to play, because they got knocked out of the Champions League by Bayern, and they're out of the Copa del Rey. They knew they weren't going to win La Liga, and that why would they run? Why would they press? You're going to tell me why? What reason do they have? They're not going to win La Liga. They're just trying to end the season. They're just hoping to get this game over with. But I think being Real Madrid, you need to do it for the fans. They're Hershey, obviously don't want to lose to Barcelona in El Clasico. Barcelona is going to win the league. You have to make sure they don't do it on your heads. You have to make sure they don't do it against you. At least get a point against them, and then they can go on to win the league in the next game. You're not winning the league, but at least don't let them do it over your head, and they weren't able to do that. For Barcelona, I think Pedri was amazing. Pedri got the man of the match. He was running rings around Real Madrid's midfield. They couldn't contain him at all. And I think Fermin Lopez was also really good. He looked really lively down that left-hand side. He was creating a lot. I think he was a bit unlucky not to get a goal in this game, but I think overall his performance was really good, and you could see it when he got subbed off in around the 65th or 70th minute. He looked so passionate when he went into the dugout with the bench players, and he's just screaming. He's showing his passion, and I think Fermin is a player, he's a really good asset to have for the team. He's ready to give everything for the badge. And speaking of giving everything for the badge, I think Gavi really showed that today, and maybe he was a bit aggressive in many moments. He did commit a few fouls here and there, but yeah, he pressed a lot, he ran, he gave everything for the team. I think he played really well today, and I think overall as a unit Barcelona played really well today. And then Real Madrid, it's none of their players, you could say, played well. It wasn't a team effort. It was all disunited. Barcelona, I don't think I could say about any one of their players that they didn't play good enough. And I'm just going to talk about the substitutes real quick. Rafinha came on in the 65th minute. Obviously, it was his first game back from injury. It was his first appearance. I don't think there was much expectation from him in this. But still, from his standards, I feel like it was a bit subpar performance. He made a few wayward passes. He misplaced a few passes here and there. He didn't really look that lively. He didn't look that sharp, but obviously I can't blame him for that. He just got back from injury. We obviously have to give him time. He's still one of the best players in the world, and once he's back to full health and he gets a few games under his belt, gets some consistency going, he's going to get back to that level. I have no doubt he's going to become one of the best players in the world again. And Lewandowski came on in the 75th minute, I believe. He was all right. There was one chance he had where he should have passed to Fermin. Fermin was wide open, but he went for the glory and tried to shoot it himself. Well, obviously it's probably his last season here. He obviously wants to score against Real Madrid like he's done before, and he wants to, cement his name here on this game. But I think he should have passed to Fermin over there. But I'm not gonna get frustrated about that. Obviously, it's time to celebrate. We are champions of La Liga. Barcelona once again, back-to-back titles for Barcelona. And I don't know, I'm just so happy. I think this Barcelona team has so much more to offer. It's a young team. It's a really young team. It's a promising team with much more potential for the future. All of these players, if you look at most of the players in the Barcelona squad, none of them are really at their full potential yet. They all have so much more room to grow, and they're all so young that you think if you can keep the structure of this team with the players that you have, Barcelona can go on to win many more La Ligas and win a few Champions Leagues as well, hopefully. And I'm optimistic for the future. I have high hopes from this team. But Real Madrid, on the other hand, it's not been a good season for them. I think they just want to get the season over with. If you looked at them throughout last night's game, it looked like none of them wanted to be there. None of them had any passion. They didn't want to do it for the badge, for the shirt. They didn't want to do it for the fans. None of them had any motivation to run out there. They had no, they didn't even want to be there. I think they genuinely just wanted to go home. They wanted to get it over with and just never look back. I think they'll just be waiting for the season to end so they can focus on next season. I don't think they want to. This is a season for them to forget. They're not gonna want to think about this season too much or linger on it. But 2 seasons trophyless in a row, it's not good for a club like Real Madrid. You don't expect them to go trophyless not only once but twice in a row. I think the alarm bells are ringing over there. The management is horrible. I think forget the manager. I think even the president has to go now. I mean, Florentino Perez, I don't think he has that same authority anymore. I mean, this is the guy that bumped heads with Cristiano Ronaldo. He was willing to let Ronaldo go for the integrity of his own club, but now it seems like there's no more authority in the Real Madrid higher-ups, and the authority lies with the big name players, the star players in the locker room, your Kylian Mbappe's, your Jude Bellingham's, your Vinicius Juniors, and I think we need to bring in Jose Mourinho to fix that. I don't even think they should have sacked Xabi Alonso in the first place, just because like you gave up a promising young manager just because he had a fallout with the players. The players were angry with him. It was a whole saga, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. I think Real Madrid should have kept Xabi Alonso. I have no idea how Arbeloa got the job. I don't think he's qualified at all for this position. But I think they need to do an overhaul over there. And I know a lot of Real Madrid fans have been blaming Kylian Mbappe for all their struggles, for all their problems after they won 2-0 against Espanyol without Mbappe. They're like, oh look, Mbappe is the problem, we're winning against Mbappe. Well, today Real Madrid showed that they're not good enough with Mbappe or without Mbappe, and I think they're actually better at least with Mbappe. With Mbappe, I think they would have had much more attacking output in this game. They would have had more attacking quality, because tonight they didn't create anything. There was absolutely no attacking threat from Real Madrid. I don't even think Joan Garcia had to make a single good save last night. Like, the best of their shots were against the best of their shots came from like Vinny or one of the, I think it was Mastantuono, yeah, where they're literally just passing to the goalkeeper. It's nothing challenging for Joan Garcia really. And Vinicius Junior especially, you know, it's supposed to be his team. You're like, Mbappe is the problem, we got Vinny, we don't need Mbappe, we have Vinny, right? All these petitions to get Mbappe out of the club. Well, last night Vinny did absolutely nothing. Vinny was nowhere to be seen. The only thing I remember Vinny doing last game was just spamming 15 Champions League, 15 Champions League. I mean, he's literally like the average Real Madrid fan. He just brags about 15 Champions Leagues, really. I don't think he really does anything else. But yeah, I don't think this team, Real Madrid, has any structure, any sort of authority. Like, if you look at Barcelona, in contrast, they did it for the manager last night. They did it for Hansi Flick, and I don't know if you guys know this, but before the match, Hansi Flick's father unfortunately passed away, and he was really emotional before the game. But Barcelona, the players, the team, it's like a family. It's all like a united team. It's one unit, and they all console Flick. They comforted him after the game. Pedri said this league title was attributed to Hansi Flick for the passing of his father, and they all consoled him. Like, it's just one real family. You know, most of the players, they see Hansi Flick as a sort of father figure for them. It's really beautiful to see. When Rashford scored the first goal, you could see the bench players in the dugout run to Hansi Flick and hug him and lift him up. It was absolutely wonderful. You know, this team plays for the manager, they play for the shirt, they play for the badge. I think Barcelona, we're gonna do well in the future. I think we can go on to become centurions now. There's only 3 games left, and we need to win all the games, all the remaining games, with 3 points each, and we will become centurions. So I'm optimistic for the future. You know, now's the time to celebrate. It's another La Liga title for Barcelona. So all the Barcelona fans, go out there, go celebrate. This is a great time for us. Like, it's time to celebrate. It's time to just be happy in general. I don't know what to say. So yeah, hopefully we can get more success in the future. Visca Barça.